Hey, what is up, everybody? Good morning and happy Monday to everybody who's checking us out right now on the live feed. Welcome to another episode of Chris and Amanda's Song Swap Showdown. Woo!
It's like, spin that wheel.
That's exactly it, which we do. We do spin that wheel.
We do at the end.
We do spin that wheel. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us today and spending a little bit of your precious time while we sit here and debate music, which, by the way, we found out you need no qualifications to do. You could literally, all you have to have is an opinion and that's it. And you can, you can hear the music and all that stuff.
Absolutely. We've got the world so fooled.
We've got them all fooled. We got them all fooled. So first off, right off the bat, I just want to say thank you all so much because last week we had a milestone on this channel where we hit over 5,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. You guys, thank you. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
It's when Chris sent me the message that we hit it, it just didn't seem right, natural, or anything. But yet it felt so good.
It felt so good. So thank you all so much for helping us out with that. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for liking and resharing and commenting and engaging with us on the videos and also here on the live stream. So, hey, if this is your first time checking out Song Swap Showdown, because maybe you saw a video on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or you listen to the podcast audio stream, well, what we do here at Song Swap Showdown, it's pretty easy. What we do each and every week is Amanda and I each swap 3 songs with each other that we don't think the others heard before. And then we rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 records, with 1 being a dumpster fire of a song. Dumpster fire.
Get out of here.
Hot trash. All the way up to 5 records, which is heavenly music to our ears. That's right. Going on our eternal playlist, the eternity playlist, songs we don't get sick of hearing. So you may say, well, Chris, how do you guys pick the songs? Well, hey, that's a great question, everybody. How do we pick the songs? Well, we pick the songs by spinning the wheel of themes at the end of every single episode, and that's how we determine what the following week's theme is going to be, and then we pick the songs based on that theme. So, Amanda, what is this week's theme for Song Swap Showdown?
This week's theme we were super excited about that Will spun, and it landed on our favorites. So we had to swap our favorite songs with each other. So normally the element of we try to find songs that each other have not heard of before, that rule was thrown out this week, and we got to choose our 3 most favorite songs, at least in this current time of our life.
Yes,
at this current time. Our favorites change based on our mood and all the other things. So this week's favorites of ours are on our list and ready to get fired up and swapped.
That is right. And I will say, and for those of you who've been longtime listeners of the show or watchers of the show, whatever, our audience, our community, some of the songs may be familiar to you in the sense that we have discussed them at earlier points in the show. I know for sure 2 songs that you gave me, I've discussed, I think actually in our episode 1, and I think 2 or 3 of Song Swap Showdown, going way back 4 seasons ago. So let's see if my opinions have changed in those 4 seasons. One song you gave me, brand new, I hadn't heard it before, which after doing research, I'm like, once again, Chris, just like, it's amazing what I just missed, and apparently this is like one of the biggest songs in the world, and I have completely missed it. So, but I'm glad I've heard it today. So we will be talking about, and I know for a fact that I think 2 out of the 3 songs I've given you have also appeared in past episodes. So we'll see if your opinion has changed at all.
I suspect they have.
Yeah, so, we're listening with new ears for sure. So yeah, let's dive into it. And thank you all so much. I see the comments coming in, and we will get to them. I promise. We always do. I will say hi really quick to my nephew Owen. Watch him before he has to go to school. What's up, Owen?
Morning,
Lit Central Owen. Make sure you follow him, subscribe to his channel on YouTube. It's great. And real quick, just a very, very fast shout out to our VP of the VIPs, Mr. Dave Mattingly. And yes, last night, if anybody follows on social media, you saw that we were recording some new Patreon content because we have a new Patreon channel. And last night, we recorded a special bonus episode to listen to some of Dave's song suggestions, which we will be talking about here. So if you want to see that, you can join our Patreon for as low as $1.
$1.
What can you buy for $1 in today's day and age, Amanda?
Nothing, because even the Dollar Tree is now like $1.25.
Yeah. So what you can buy for $1 is you can get into our Patreon account and watch all kinds of bonus content like what we just talked about here. So use the link right now in the notes or scan the QR code on the screen and you can get into our Patreon account. All right. Let's jump into the music. Let's give the people what they're paying for, what they're here for, right? Time for the musical throwdown, the weekly musical throwdown. Who's going first this week?
You know what? I'll go first with your first song.
All right.
That is okay.
Yes, let's do it.
So what I appreciated most about this song, your first song to me, is Unchained by Van Halen.
Woo!
And we love songfacts.com. We get a ton of our information off of there. And I will say, the very first thing it says is, it's not all that clear what's going on in this song, but it sure does rock.
It absolutely does. It absolutely does. It rocks.
And when I read that description, I said, well, I don't know that there's any more words or anything better I could say to describe it, because I'm just kind of stuck there going, what?
and I think that may have been your same impression of the song way back when. You're like, wait a second. Yeah.
Like what's happening?
What is happening in this song? There's it's crazy, and then there's catcalling in the middle, like making fun. Like, what is happening in this song? It's fantastic.
And the catcalling, I believe, was referenced last time for sure.
Oh yeah, and that's a David Lee Roth staple.
So it's, when I read that, I said, man, that really kind of sums up how I'm feeling when I see this song, because it has no business being catchy. Mm-hmm. It really doesn't.
Its song is so. Once again, the reason why it's on this list again is I think for everybody who's been following the show knows I'm a massive Van Halen fan. Mm-hmm. Van Halen was one of the first bands other than Kiss that I got into, all due to my Uncle Lenny, who was basically like my de facto older brother. Which ironically is funny because he and I are the same years apart as I'm years apart from my brother. So it's kind of funny like how that worked out. But I mean, people can see behind me, I got a little Van Halen Funko. I am a big Van Halen fan. Mm-hmm. Actually, Tony Fork Boy, who listens to the show, when I was in high school, a birthday gift that my girlfriend got me at the time was she hired Tony to paint me on the back of my denim jacket, the front cover of the 1984 record. I'll have to bust that out. I still have it. I'll have to bust that
baby out. Yeah. Listen, let's not just take some pictures. Let's not just blow past Tony Donato's. Yeah. He can paint.
Oh, Tony's a great painter. Tony's an awesome artist. Very good. So if you actually with tattoos and stuff too. So if you want a tattoo design, you can get a Tony Donato Fork Boy Special. No, he's very talented, extremely talented.
And I think we've said this before, but I could be wrong. But did we agree on a number that if we hit a number that I would get a tattoo?
10. I think we said 100K or something.
100K, right?
I think we said 100,000. Not 10K. I think it was 100K. If we had 100K, you're getting a tattoo.
10K was way too entry level. And now that we're over 5, I'm like, oh God.
Yeah, you set it up. 100,000 subscribers, you were going to get a tattoo.
And Tony, you can do the honor. We will pay you to create the tattoo that would get plastered somewhere hidden.
Breaking news.
You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it here first. So this is my favorite Van Halen song. So when I make my top 10 list of Van Halen songs, Unchained is always the number one song. I love this song. I think it's great. When I got to see them during their final tours, which no one knew that was going to be final. The last time I saw them was at Madison Square Garden, I believe, and they opened with Unchained. I lost it. I was like, I can actually go home now. Like, this is, I absolutely love this song. It's a weird song, but it is catchy. You're right. It has no business being this catchy, but it is. It's just bizarre, but I love the guitar playing is phenomenal in it, and it is my favorite Van Halen song. Hence why, when we're talking about songs we love, this is on my Eternity playlist. Like, it's on my Eternity playlist. It's on my funeral playlist. This song is being played more than once.
In life and in death.
In life and in death, exactly. So, you want to watch a little clip?
Let's watch it.
All right. So this is actually. So it's funny. So I know you watched, you read the song facts. So yeah, back in the day, once again, we talk about this. MTV in the early 80s, basically just they needed content, right? So if you had a video, they would put it on. And that's why, me growing up, and I talked, even we talk about with Last in Line, like you could turn on MTV and you would see a mix of like everything. And it was great. You got exposed to all different genres of music. And Van Halen had no interest in doing music videos back in the day, zero interest. And so basically, but Van Halen was one of the biggest rock bands in the country, actually in the world at this point, just about. And this is right before 1984 came out, which made them even bigger. But they basically just did a concert like footage video. So this is the video of the official video from back in the day, which is basically it's a live video. So Amanda, have you ever seen this? Have you ever
I have not.
Okay.
And in fact, when this was featured on our original way back when, we wouldn't have even been listening to the music at this point. So this is an added adventure to round 2 of this making a list on the Song Swap Showdown.
So here we are. A little bit of Van Halen Unchained for those of you that don't know the song.
Look at Chris is so happy. Ooh, that was an excellent jump.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Put me in a time machine.
You would love that.
Terrible vocalist, by the way. Great entertainer. So great. Woo!
Perfect freeze. Woo!
Perfect freeze. The Eddie Van Halen jump, his classic jump. But yeah, so I love this song. This is my favorite Van Halen song. It's number 1 on my list of Halen tunes. So, so Amanda, having now listened to the song, come back around on it again.
Yeah.
Where are you feeling? Because if I remember, and I can't remember the exact rating, but I remember you kind of poo-pooed it.
I did.
You poo-pooed it.
I poo-pooed it, but I was a different Amanda. My ears listened and heard things differently than they do now. We both listen so much more openly with our time. So for that reason, I actually, like I said, it has no business being this catchy now that I'm listening at it 4 seasons in, and I give it 4 records. I think it's good.
Wow, 4 records. Look, you have come a long way, Amanda Sharp.
So long. And I hope that doesn't disappoint our community, but really, like, I guess I can appreciate it now a little bit more than before. I would think my ear is bleeding.
You are, guys, you got to go back if you can. Listen to some of the earlier episodes of the show, particularly the first 10 episodes, and you are going to hear a completely different Amanda than what you're hearing now.
I can't
myself too, by the way, but like I lump myself in there too. It's not all on Amanda here.
I can't believe you stuck around and are still doing the show with me after that first season.
Are you kidding me? This is the greatest thing I've ever worked on in my life. Are you? This might be my one true accomplishment in life that like other than my kids.
Fair enough.
This might be my greatest creative endeavor of all time is doing this show with you. So,
I love it. Likewise.
Okay, so 4 records for Van Halen Unchained. Yeah. Big upgrade from our previous episode. So, thank you. I love that, and hopefully now you'll become a full bona fide Van Halen fan.
I'm not there yet. Maybe season 8.
Season 8, maybe by season 8. Okay. All right. So let's go into your first song to me. Which is a song that I think we covered in our first episode of the show. Was it our first episode, or was it our second episode?
I think it was actually the Garfunkel, or oh my gosh,
I thought it was the Disturbed version.
Was it the Disturbed? I know we did a ridiculous reel in TikTok. I was like, Chris, do this in black and white, have no hat on, and pretend you're Disturbed.
Hello, darkness, my friend.
And you were like, fine, and you did it.
By the way, you had a great TikTok about this song recently.
Oh,
on your page, which was amazing. Which is the difference between our age and some of the younger folks out there, not
yes.
actually knowing the name of the song and just saying, "Is this Hello Darkness, My Only Friend?"
And she was so innocent. She's like, "Is this Hello Darkness, my old friend?" I'm like, "Mm-hmm." But the
Yes,
real name is
this is actually called "The Sounds of
Sound
Silence."
of
But
Silence.
so you're not wrong, but
Yeah, you're not right.
right, exactly.
But you got it.
Yeah, you got it. You at least identified the song. So
Exactly.
kudos to you. So, all right. So let's talk about this because
Yeah.
this song is had a very long life and the history of the song. So for those of you who aren't super familiar, like, listen, Amanda and I mean, we grew up on this song. Our
Mhm.
parents grew up on the song. So this is
Yeah.
when we talk about timeless classics,
Yeah.
this is one of those that is a timeless classic of a song, and I think it always seems to find new generations as it goes on, which I think is
Mhm.
just, I mean, when you can write a song that just constantly finds new generations of
Yeah.
people to listen to, get inspired by, I think it's great. And then when a band comes along and does a cover version that
Mhm.
kind of introduces it to a whole new fan base that may not have even enjoyed the
Yeah.
original version, but now like that version, I think that's very
Mhm.
cool, unique. So, real quick about this song though. So this is coming from songfacts.com, and it's kind of funny how this happened. So, basically, according to songfacts.com, in an interview with Terry Gross from NPR, Paul Simon explained how he wrote the song while working at his first job in music. It was when I was coming out of college. My job was to take the songs that this huge publishing company owned and go around to record companies and see if any artists wanted to record the songs. I worked for them for about 6 months and never got a song placed, but I did give them a couple of my songs because I felt guilty about taking their money. So then I got into an argument with one of them and said, "Look, I quit. I'm not giving you my new song." And that song I had just written was The Sound of Silence. I thought, I'll just publish it myself. And from that point on, I
Boom.
owned my own songs. And that was a lucky argument. He says, I think about songs that it's not just the words we say, but the melody says and what the
Mhm.
sound says. My thinking is that if you don't have the right melody, it really doesn't matter what you
Mhm.
have to say, and people don't hear it.
Mhm.
They only are available to hear when the sound when the sound entrances. Let me say it
Enters.
again. They're only available to hear when the sound entrances and makes people open to thought. Really, the key to sound is the simplicity of the melody and the words, which are youthful alienation. It's a young lyric, but not bad for a 21-year-old. It's not a sophisticated thought, but the thought I gathered from some college reading material or something. It wasn't something that I experienced, not something I was experiencing at some deep, profound level. Nobody's listening to me. Nobody's listening to anyone. It was just a post adolescent angst, but it had some level of truth to it and resonated with millions of people, largely because it had a simple and singable melody.
Mm.
And I think that is just so powerful to hear that from his words because it's
Mhm.
so true, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what you have to say, like kind of who cares, but put the song in a really beautiful melody, something simple, something memorable. And, and I think the Beatles were masters of that,
Mhm.
for sure. And so I think that this song is one of these songs that I feel like kind of can survive regardless of who does it. And ironically enough, what's funny too, is that this song, before Disturbed had covered it, had only been covered by one other band before that. And that band was it was a version released in 1971 by a band called Peaches and Herb. And that made number 100. And then again it was released in 2000 by a band called Nevermore, but the version here that we're talking about,
Mhm.
Disturbed's cover, became the highest charting song, peaking at number 42 on the Hot 100. Um, the singer of Disturbed, Dave Draben, told the Wall Street Journal that he couldn't be more flabbergasted about the success of their cover. He added, "It's a song that my parents could play for their friends with pride without having to warn them and not be
Mhm.
frightened ahead of time. I have fans saying, finally, me and my mom can actually agree on music for once." Paul Simon endorsed
Yeah.
Disturbed's version after their band delivered a performance during their tune on March 28th, 2016 appearance on Conan. Simon sent David Draymond a short email shortly after saying, "Really powerful performance on Conan the other day. First time I'd seen you do it live. Nice, thanks."
And that's the thing. So I did put on our playlist, our 2024 Song Swap Showdown playlist. If you haven't followed it on Spotify, please do. It is such an eclectic playlist. But I have been listening to the live version, but on the playlist, I put the regular version on there. And the live version is just as amazing. Which, what an art to go live and make it sound almost as if it was a recording. He's just so talented. And I think I really love the original, really, really love the original. But there was something about this particular version. And I think what you just were explaining kind of hits it on the head, where it kind of marries two generations.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And I think that happens a lot. You see that a lot in music when, I mean, we're seeing it now, even when like something's in a movie or TikTok or whatever, how it just blows up and finds a whole new level of fans, a whole new legion of fans. And so, same thing with this song. So I will say, and I think I said this in the original, Disturbed, as much as, you know, I love heavy music and I listen to a lot of metal, Disturbed was a band that I never got into. I always felt they just weren't for me. Like there's that dude's voice. It's just, they are a band that I'm not a fan of. But I will say I do like this version of the song. I think they do a really good job. And I hadn't listening to it again. You know, I agree. I think it's a very great version of the song. And yeah, the live, you go back and watch the live Conan performance, it's outstanding to watch the emotion they put into it. So yeah, I really like the song, and I like that. It's like if the song couldn't be any darker, they really made it darker. And it almost sounds like they're chanting it in a little bit too. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So let's just play a little bit of the music video for everybody, just in case you don't know this version. Let's listen to a little bit of Sounds of Silence from Disturbed. I really like the piano too. That's great.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its scenes while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
Yeah, so great song. I mean, I really think that their version of it is, I think they did it great. I think they really did the song justice. And I like that, like I said, if they couldn't make it sound any darker, they did. But I like it. I like it. And so, listen, the song itself is a 5 out of 5. I mean, it really is. It is a beautiful song. And honestly, if you don't like it, something might be wrong. I don't know. No, but it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And I think they did a great job with it. So I think their version's good. And while I normally wouldn't listen to Disturbed, and I know Down with the Sickness, I get that. I got Down with the Sickness. I understand. I'm just not into that. But the song is great, and they do a very good version, so I'm not going to take that away from them. So I give this a 5 record.
Oh my gosh.
I just, you know what? I've come up on it. I think I came up on it from the last time. I think re-listening to it, I'm like, they really nailed it. And the crescendos, and because, you know, I just played the beginning of it, but I mean, the whole song, I mean, it just, the big crescendo, and it gets really intense. It's a very emotional version of this song. So I think they did it really well. Really well. So I gotta give credit where credit's due, and I'm gonna give them 5 records on their version of
outstanding. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. So Dave checking in, of course. Dave Manning, he said Peaches and Herb are the bomb. And I gotta be honest with you, Dave, never heard Peaches and Herb ever until I just read this article. So I know Dave's going to wind up having some, well, you got to check out. So here it comes. I know. Dave's also saying, I introduced the Mrs. the Simon and Garfunkel song last week, 59th Street Bridge. Love that song. Love 59th Street Bridge song. Great, great song. Yeah, by the way, if you've never really dove into the Simon and Garfunkel catalog, do. You know, Me and Julio Down My Schoolyard, one of my favorite songs. I think that's a fantastic song. Alex Bayless checking in. Hey, Alex. Hey, all. Saying. And so let's go through some of the suggestions we got. Because once again, every week we get great suggestions from two of our super fans on the show. So one, we always do our friend from down under, Mr. Ian from Australia, always check it in, always leaving great comments before we go live, because it's usually the middle of the night by the time we go live. So not only does he give us picks, but he also leaves us some fun messages too. So he's reacting to off our playlist, off our songs. He goes, "Is Amanda okay? No Elvis or country. I don't know who that girl is." That girl.
That girl.
I don't know who that girl is.
But listen, there is an Elvis element into one of these songs. So you just wait, Ian. I'll tie it in.
Yeah, absolutely. He's saying, "Has Dave stuck to just 3 favorites, not 333?"
Good one, Ian.
That's a good one. And so his 3 picks are, he goes, my 3 are Jillian by the Waifs, best lyrics ever written, he's saying.
Okay.
Choir Girl by Katie Noonan, and Love Don't Live Here Anymore by Renee Geyer, both for their incredible vocals. So these are his favorite songs. If he was playing along in Song Swap Showdown, these are his 3 of his favorite songs. So gotta have to give those a listen, Ian. They sound good. I like when best lyrics ever written. That's steep. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold you to that, buddy.
We're gonna listen right after this. Challenge accepted.
That's right. That's right. Hey, that's why you get on a Patreon.
That's right.
That's why for $1. $1. All right, so Dave, check it in. So of course Dave put his playlist together for Amanda and I. My songs, Chris, Death from Above, 1979, Romantic Rights, Dahlbach remix. Fetus, Descent into the Inferno. I know that song. Great song. And the Hines, Castigas en el Granero. I'm so terrible. Castiganas en el Granero by the Hines.
I can barely speak English.
I apologize to all.
Yes.
Other people who can speak great languages, and I can barely speak English.
We know our ABCs.
Yeah. So more songs: Ruby by Ruby, Paraffin, Shriekback, Nemesis, Spottiswood and His Enemies, I Have So Many Friends. And by the way, as Dave said, we did go ahead and take a couple of Dave's songs and make a video that's on our Patreon now. And one of those was, we did Shriekback and Spottiswood and reacted and reviewed to those.
Yes.
And we'll get to the ones that we did for Amanda, because he also chose 2 for Amanda that we did.
That's right.
So his songs for Amanda are Ages and Ages, Divisionary, Do the Right Thing, Billy Bragg, Greetings to the New Brunette, Ed's Redeeming Qualities, Lighthouse. That's a song we covered, so you can see that on Patreon. And also Fun Boy 3, The Lunatics, which, by the way, Dave, I got to say, at first I thought it was the Lunatics, because the Lunatics are a great band. Great band. The Lunatics have taken over the Asylum. Kristen Andreasen, Crayola Doesn't Make a Color for Your Eyes.
Ooh, I like that.
Ooh. And then Mika, Lollipop, which I think is now Amanda's new favorite song based on her reaction after watching that video.
Unbelievable song. If you've not listened to it, pop it on. It is phenomenal.
Yeah, it is. It is a fun song. I fell in love with it too. So I think it's very, very
so
cool.
much fun.
So, all right, here we are. We're at 4 records for me for Unchained, 5 records for you for Sound of Silence, a Disturbed version.
That's right.
Moving into our second songs each for each other on our Songs We Love playlist.
So Chris's second song to me was Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin.
Hell yeah.
So I will say this song is interesting because when you go on songflix.com, we are not sponsored by them. They're a great tool. So go check them out.
Yep.
The lyrics, they are saying the lyrics were in response to critics who had said Led Zeppelin wasn't really rock.
Yep. Yeah, Led Zeppelin's had a very controversial career, their entire career.
So Led Zeppelin does what Led Zeppelin does and wrote a song about it.
Yeah, basically. Because after Led Zeppelin 3 had come out, so they did Led Zeppelin 1 and Led Zeppelin 2, which, by the way, Led Zeppelin 1 is one of the greatest debut records from a band. They're on that's in a top 10 tier list of greatest debut records from a band, rock band. Okay. Led Zeppelin 2 rocks, and then they did Led Zeppelin 3, which was much more of a departure. Now there's rocking songs on Led Zeppelin 3, but it's much more folk influenced. And so I think everybody was like, "Oh, they're going this way now." And then, they got, does this band still rock? And they caught a lot of flack for that. And so they're like, well, forget it. We're just going to put out another record, a phenomenal record,
Boom.
and kick butt.
And boom.
And
So
kick butt.
like Led Zeppelin, if he would have had a TikTok account at the time.
I love how you're like Led Zeppelin is one person.
Well, yeah. Well, I know.
But I love
Okay.
if he Mr. Zeppelin
if Mr. Zeppelin would have had TikTok at the time, maybe he would have, did an abrasive TikTok to respond to those critics.
Correct. He would have done an abrasive TikTok now.
An abrasive TikTok, but no.
Strongly worded.
Strongly worded. Strongly choreographed.
Nope.
But no. TikTok didn't exist, so he had to do what was best at the time and come up with an entire song.
Yep.
That people could use many moons later to craft those TikToks, those aggressively abrasive TikToks towards people.
That's right.
So he is just now the tool that we get to use. So thank you, Mr. Zeppelin.
Thank you, Mr. Led and the Zeppelins.
Yes.
Yeah, so this song is on my list because Led Zeppelin is a band I grew up with through my parents, listening to them and then listening to all the classic radio stations here in New York area. I think I've talked about it before. WNEW, one of the greatest rock stations in New York area, which is no longer around, but used to always listen to Carol Miller's "Get the Lead Out." It was always like every day it was like get the lead out, and you'd get like a little block of Led Zeppelin. It was great, and I love Led Zeppelin. And I basically gave you two songs today on purpose by two of my favorite guitar players who inspired me to start picking up and playing guitar. I have a Les Paul because of Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. I think that there is, other than Randy Rhoads from, who played in Ozzy's band. We've talked about Randy Rhoads.
Yeah.
I can't think of any cooler looking musician than Eddie, and especially Jimmy Page. I love his style. His playing is awesome. Rock and Roll was one of the first songs I learned how to play in guitar when I started playing guitar back in 7th grade, I think it was, or 6th grade. And so that was one of the songs when my teacher was like, what songs would you like to learn how to play? I'm like, I want to learn how to play Rock and Roll by Led Zeppelin. So it's one of the first songs that I learned how to do that. I still play that riff. I love playing it. So, let me play a little bit, because Amanda, have you ever listened to much Led Zeppelin, or is Led Zeppelin completely uncharted territory for you?
Basically uncharted. Obviously you have to live under the rock to never know Mr. Zeppelin, but other than that, I'm going to forever call the band that now.
You're going to forever call them Mr. Zeppelin and the Zeppelins?
Mm-hmm, and the Zeppelins.
Okay, so let me do this. I had this queued up, but it just seemed to have went away, but let me get it back up here. So
it disappeared.
Yeah.
And while you're pulling it up, when you said, was it 7th grade you said you started doing your guitar?
Yeah, I think it was 6th or 7th grade.
Is it, what is the School of Rock? Is that the one that had Jack Black in it?
Yeah.
I could have, too bad that didn't come out earlier. You could have been cast in that.
I know. I should have been in that film.
You could have been in that film if you wouldn't have been an adult at the time of its recording.
Right, exactly.
It's not creepy at all. Although there's a lot of people who were adults playing kids.
Yeah. No, there were a lot of adults playing kids. Dave's saying my favorite Zeppelin songs are Kashmir and Misty Mountain Hop. All great picks. I also learned how to play Kashmir too on guitar.
Look at you go.
So yeah, let's play. So this is from one of my favorite concert films of all time, which is Led Zeppelin's Song Remains the Same, filmed at Madison Square Garden in 1973, the year before I was born into the world. So let's talk about getting into a time machine. Oh my God, I would love to be here at this show in particular. That's where I would go. Put me in a time machine. Let me go back to Madison Square Garden in 1973 to watch the mighty Led Zeppelin. I mean, come on. This outfit's God tier.
Only I could have hair like that.
I know, right?
Ooh, they got a pizza ball.
Yeah. cool he looks. Oh, look at that.
He's fancy.
Man, is he cool.
They're all very fancy.
Love it. Absolutely love it. I wish I could be this cool, but I am not. I'm the biggest nerd, but if I could look like this whole look to me is phenomenal.
You know, like how many times do we say, if only we could be this cool on this show?
If only we could be this cool.
If only we can be this cool.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Man, love the song.
I'm letting you have your moment.
Let me have my moment because I know I hear it comes, but no, but it's a great song. So it's on the list because it's one of my favorites. Definitely on my eternity playlist, and 100% is the first song I learned how to play on guitar. So,
so I like that.
So now I'm ready for you to skewer it.
I like that for you. Honestly, it's not terrible. I don't love this song, but I can appreciate it. I think Mr. Zeppelin, you did a wonderful job. And
let it to Zeppelins.
I'm gonna give it a 3.5, which is very respectable.
All right. 3.5 is respectable.
Can you handle that?
Yeah. But what would you rate Jimmy Page's look? Let's if so.
Well,
if we had to rate this look,
so 5 is our max, right?
5 is our max. So on a scale of 1 to 5 records, how do you rate? How do you rate Jimmy Page's look here?
If it was just kind of zipped up a little bit, it would be very similar to that Elvis kind of jumpsuit look, which I'm really a fan of. So I'm gonna it's not Elvis wearing it. So I'm going to dock it a little bit, but probably like a 4.5.
4.5. All right. That's respectable. Jimmy Page would be very happy with that.
And you're a 5.5 stars on that?
100%. Look at the stars. Yeah. 5-point stars. I mean,
he's got 5 stars on there somewhere we can be sure of.
Yeah. He's got stars on the side here. There's stars on the left. I mean, look at this look,
There's at
man.
least 5.
There's at least 5. I mean, look at this. Phenomenal.
It's great.
It's great.
It's great. And I would rate that hair a 10.
Yeah, the Robert Plant's hair with the long mane. It's like a lion's mane.
It is. I just want good hair. Anyway, it's okay.
It's okay. It's all right. I want to look like that, and you want hair like that. So
I know we've got a lot of wish lists going on.
Right, we got a lot of wish. All right, so I will take your 3.5 records for Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. I will take it. It wasn't below a 3, so
good.
I can deal. All right, so your next song to me, is a song that I poo-pooed on the first
You sure
time.
did. I remember that.
And by the way, we did make a short about this on our YouTube channel. So I did like facts you didn't know about this song, and there's a lot of facts about this song. So the song we're talking about.
Yes.
Is the Bangles' Eternal Flame.
So this would be, is that Close Your Eyes? Nope. Eternal Flame, nope. Sophia.
Nope. Was that Close Your Eyes?
Very close.
Very close.
Those are the lyrics.
So the reason why you were talking before about songs inspired by Elvis, this does have a little Elvis tie-in.
It does.
In the sense that the Eternal Flame, and this is according to songrecords.com. But there is an eternal flame at the gravesite of Elvis Presley in Memphis. And that inspired the song. When Song Facts spoke to Susanna Hoff, she said, I told Billy the story about this private tour of Graceland the Bangles had been given. The day we were there, we were taken out into the Garden of Memories, and there was a little box which was supposed to have a lit flame in it. It is an eternal flame. Actually, the day it was raining, so the flame was not on. So therefore,
sad.
Not an eternal flame, by the way.
So sad.
The minute it rains, it goes right out. It's supposed to be an eternal flame.
The king deserves better.
Graceland.
Yes.
Let's get it together. Pay your bills. Come on.
Pay the flame.
Pay the flame. So the flame wasn't on. So that led Billy to saying, the Eternal Flame is a good title for a song. So we crafted the lyrics at Billy's house, and then we took it over to Tom's studio. I was really thrilled when I had a demo of the somewhat simple, pure melodic, almost like a lullaby that I came up with. So the song is, I will say, I like the Bangles. It's not my favorite Bangles song.
I know.
It's like very low on the list because it just, I don't know. I was at the time.
Mhm.
Did I buy you a single of this and give this to you? By the way, did I?
No,
find
it's
it?
Heaven is a Place on Earth.
Oh, Heaven is a Place on
Yes,
Earth. Okay,
yeah, I got it right over there.
I think I keep looking for this to send you. So, it's a good song. I just never really connected with it. Like it wasn't like the other Bangles songs that I like. And in fact, one of my favorite Bangles songs is a cover of a Simon and Garfunkel song, "Hazy Shade of Winter." I love their version of that song, which is from the Less Than Zero soundtrack. By the way, go back and watch Less Than Zero. But I do. I like a lot of their music. I'm a Bangles fan. The song was just never low. I mean, it was never high on my list of songs. I will say it has grown on me over time. And actually, having done this show and gone back, and now going back another time and researching the song again, I will say that the song has definitely moved up a notch or two for me. Now, I think everybody knows this song, right? I mean,
most people.
All right, so I'm going to play a little bit of it, the original version, but then I want to play a version of it that I think for me brings the song into more of a perspective for me. So here's the original version. This is the version that you can hear on Spotify.
Close your eyes.
It's a Close Your Eyes song.
Give me your hand, darling. Do you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? Am I only dreaming? Is this burning an eternal flame?
Yeah, so everybody knows this version, then I would say, right? So that's the version that was released as a single. However, I'm going to say this. I'm going to play this because I think this is really cool. And I got to tell you, hearing this version brings the song into a better frame for me.
Understandable.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody follows her or not, but I do, and I got you following her because I said this is great. Susanna Hoffs is on TikTok, I love Susanna Hoffs on TikTok because even if you watch her very first one is like, "Hey guys, I'm on TikTok. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, but I'm on TikTok." And believe me, she's figured out how to use TikTok now, which
she sure has, and she looks fabulous.
She's 65. She looks outrageous. By the way, same age as Madonna.
Yeah, and she looks better and more natural than Madonna.
Way better than Madonna, and but she does. If you follow her on TikTok, she does a lot of, she sings songs, she just acts great. I love what she does, but she'll do just renditions of songs. And so she did a whole acoustic version. We won't play a whole thing. You should go on TikTok and watch it, but she did a whole acoustic version of Eternal Flame. And I got to tell you, this is the version, which I probably would say this is probably this is like to me, probably closest to that original demo version. So let's listen to a little bit of Susanna Hoffs doing Eternal Flame from her TikTok acoustically.
Close your eyes, give me a hand, darling. Do you feel my heart beating? Do you understand? Do you feel the same? Or am I only dreaming? Is this burning an eternal flame? I believe it's meant to be, darling. Watch you when you are asleep and you belong with me. Do you feel the same? Or am I only dreaming? Or is this burning an eternal flame? Say my name.
All right, I don't want to play the whole thing.
I want a lighter.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, Susanna Hoffs, like, there you go, everybody. No studio magic, no auto-tune, just her singing and a guitar. It doesn't get, I mean, her voice is still phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've always loved her voice, still phenomenal. This version of the song, I really connect with this version because, I don't know, I hear now, like, I hear the original, like, nothing against the original song, but, you know, the production, all that, I understand. But I love this just straight up raw version of her singing the song with no studio magic whatsoever. I love this. I think this is phenomenal. I do. I could watch this video over and over again of her singing this song. It sounds like she's singing it to me. But
she is.
But
don't you know?
It's a great version of the song. I just, you know how I am. And sometimes I feel like things get lost in the production. And listen, it was the 80s and all that.
That was the
And the
sound.
song is still the song. I mean, you hear the original melody, but
Yeah.
there's something about this version for me that I love her voice and the singing of it. And so this to me brings a new perspective of the song that I never realized that I liked before until now I've heard this version. So this has unlocked something for me, Amanda.
Well, and you know what? To your point, I think the 80s version is very 80s. It is very, it's not raw. And you will always probably choose a raw version over a very filtered version any day of the week. And this delivery, it's almost like she's telling a story.
I know, exactly, right? I feel
Where
like
the
she's about
other,
to...
she's singing a song. And
Yeah.
so I can really appreciate, I mean, it's Susanna Hoff. I'm in love of either version, and I think they're both exceptional. Just delivery is completely different.
Yeah. And I got to tell you, I've always had a huge crush on Susanna Hoffs. So
No.
I once, I think I told the story last time, but I once went to, I was young. It was the 80s still. And she was in this movie. It's a terrible movie. It's horrible. It's called The All-Nighter. And she's in it. And she plays like a college student and all that. And it's a horrible film. But I went to go see it because it was
Because of
Susanna
her.
Hoffs. That's it.
I mean,
I
I
didn't.
believe you.
It could have been nothing. It was not a good movie, but it doesn't matter. Susanna Hoffs is in it. And that's why I was like, oh, Susanna Hoffs. Like, I had such a crush on her. Awesome. And she's still, I mean, 65 and freaking fabulous. She looks
Aging,
amazing.
She does.
And sounds amazing.
She really, really does. So I love that she's found this new way to connect with her old fans.
Yep.
And connect with some new fans. So she's doing a wonderful job. And we were just so thrilled to see her on TikTok.
Yes, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. So now I feel like I can just go on and be like, oh, what is Susanna doing today? She's acting funny, or she's making music, or like...
I feel like she doesn't know that if I sent her a message, I really feel like in my head she would respond. Like, that's how I feel that we have this relationship, that she has no clue that I'm existing.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But I love everything about this. So go on, give Susanna Hoffs a follow if you're into. She's a great. It's a fun TikTok, and I just love when she picks up a guitar and starts playing. Yeah. She did another version too of the song where she called it her summer version, and so she does the arrangements a little bit different, which is fun to listen to. But she's great. Yeah. So all right. So where am I giving Eternal Flame? So Eternal Flame, I have grown on this song. I can't remember what my exact rating was back in the day, but it's grown for me. It's still not 100% my favorite Bangles song. There's other songs I would put up there before this one, but I love this version of the song for sure. So I'm going to do an average rating.
Okay.
I'm going to combine it, right?
Okay.
Because I think that's fair to do.
Okay.
So I would move this song up from wherever it was before. I'm going to probably just give it I'm going to give it a 4. I think that's already better than what it was last time.
And I think it was probably like a 3 last time, because it wasn't in the 2s, but it was not where I thought it should be for being such a phenomenal song. So I receive your 4. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the song was a hit. I mean, it was a number one. It's a number one song. So, but just because it's number one doesn't mean Chris is gonna like.
Absolutely, you just didn't like the power ballad, love ballad, like
I was at a different time and place when this song when it came out, and I definitely preferred their other songs more than a power ballad in 1988.
Absolutely.
But I get it, and but when you hear this version, once again, it's a beautiful song, stripped down, love it. So I give it a 4. It's a blended rating.
Noted.
All right. So Amanda, that girl,
coming in with your third song to me, which I'm gonna screw it up, and I know I did this the other time too. What is it? Blitzkrieg? That blop? I couldn't even say bop right.
Blitzkrieg bop.
Yep, that's what I'm going for. By the Ramones. By the Ramones.
The Ramones. The Ramones. Mr. Ramone. They're all the Ramones.
Mr. Ramones and the Blitzbop. First of all, it's German, so I shouldn't just know how to speak it.
Blitzkrieg. I think it's a German word that's become very mainstream.
But it's still German.
Oh boy.
So this song, actually, it pumps me up. I think it pumps you up.
Oh, Yeah.
it's a get up and go type of song, which
Yeah.
what I didn't realize though
Mhm.
is that it was kind of more controversy, like as far as the lyrics go. I didn't realize there was some debate about it because according to songfacts.com, it was basically a salute to the fans. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, they wanted to
awesome.
basically make a big dumb global. They wanted to make a song that was easy to sing. They wanted to make the big global chant, and it didn't.
Boom,
I
they
mean,
did.
well, it did later on, but the Ramones themselves were just got to paint this picture. Like to me, the Ramones are one of the greatest American rock bands. Like
Okay.
1000%, one of the greatest American rock bands, and the fact that they were not as appreciated as they were when they were a functioning band. And now, as time has gone on, and pretty much everybody has
Hmm.
passed away except for Johnny, not Johnny, Tom, not even Tommy. Jeez, there's only one Ramone left. Oh,
Johnny, Tommy,
Marky Ramone.
Mr. Ramone.
That now songs like Blitzkrieg Bop are huge, and you hear it in commercials, you hear it in
Mhm.
sports arenas because it is. It's that
Commercials,
hey,
yes.
oh, I mean, it's great. I mean, I
Yeah.
go to Rangers games and they play it in between, like they play it in between, like when they're getting ready for power plays. Everybody knows
Yeah.
Blitzkrieg Bop, but in 1976, and even like people outside of like, unless you were into like punk and quote unquote alternative music, the Ramones weren't like a big radio band. Like people really didn't know the Ramones like how they know the Ramones now. You know, like
Sure.
and they always wanted that success. Really, they did, and they thought they knew they were a great American rock band. It's just that most of everybody else in America didn't know that until now. Now in 2024. You say the Ramones, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, the shirt company." You know, everybody has a Ramone shirt. You know,
I really like I know this song. I don't know that I clearly I don't know the name of it. I still can't say it.
Blitzkrieg Bop,
But the bop song, the bop song.
the Bop song.
I wonder how many like does everybody really know that that's the name of the song when they're singing it? Like if you went to a
Well, it's in the name
stadium,
of the song,
but if they just started playing the song in the stadium and
the
the
Hey Ho,
song was
Let's Go song.
the Hey Ho Let's, I'm now the younger generation who's like, hell yeah, it's the Hey, it's the Hey Ho song.
Absolutely.
Would people know that it's the Blitzkrieg pop?
They may not. I mean, younger, like, I don't know if my kids would know it's named Blitzkrieg Bop, but they know the song, the Hey Ho, Let's Go.
Yes.
They know the part. Everybody knows the part. I mean,
So I know the
Yeah.
I know the tune. I just didn't know
Yeah.
the name, even though I should know it because we've already talked about it.
but the reason why this is on my list is because, to me, once again, I said it, that the Ramones, I think, are the greatest American rock, one of the greatest American rock bands. And when I talk about like my, being into punk and hardcore, the Ramones are the first punk band I got into. So I was, we talked about Van Halen, we talked about Led Zeppelin. Like this is what I grew up on, bands that sounded like that.
Mhm.
And then I got into like a lot of, like more hard rock and metal. The Ramones were, to me, like they couldn't be any more opposite of that. Like 3-chord, loud, fast punk rock. Like where's the guitar solos? Where's the like where is all that? Like nowhere to be found. And boom. I mean, and they then talk about guys who, big Elvis fans, big fans of music. I mean, the whole leather jacket. I mean, that's right out of like, Elvis, the comeback special, and like, Marlon Brando, Lower East Side, tough guys. Like they looked like a gang, I mean, awesome. Just absolutely awesome. And so I was captivated by that. And that was my entry. That was my entry into the world of punk rock, like, and then led to everything else that we've talked about here on the show. But it started with the Ramones for me. Like that was my entry point. And Blitzkrieg Bop was the song that I heard that got me into the Ramones because I was just like,
Hey.
this is fun. This is different. Wow, I love this. And then I think the first record I got was the whole Ramones, like their big greatest hits. I think it was Ramones Mania. It was a cassette. It had like, I don't know, God, like 50 or 60 songs on it because Ramones are like a minute and a half songs. And I played that. That tape was, I was like, is the greatest. This is everything.
I love it.
Every song on this is a banger. So Ramones Mania, by the way. If you want to start with the Ramones Mania, get on Spotify. Listen to that one. That's a good one. Sorry, I'm swearing to judge here.
You heard it from here. You heard it here first.
You want to watch a little live Ramones?
Let's watch a little Ramones.
Right. Here's some Blitzkrieg Bop live from London. 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
Take it to the
I mean, come on. Look how cool they look.
They look amazing.
Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. Hey, ho, let's go. I'm walking in straight line, going through the time once. Get to lose the landmarks. The Blitzkrieg, fighting in the back streets. Generating men, fleeing through the bumpers. The Blitzkrieg, yeah, oh, let's go. Shoot 'em with the what they want, I don't know. I'm wrapped up and ready to go. Feminist and love, they're going through the top ones. Get to this level. Blitzkrieg, fighting in the back streets. Generating men.
All right.
He's like, I want to watch every ounce of this.
I can. I feel winded watching this. That's why they are like, you listen to that. I go, this is just, how much better does it get? 3-chord rock and roll, the way rock and roll was meant to be.
Okay.
It's sped up versions of Elvis songs.
That's a reach. Like a big reach.
You're reaching.
It's a big reach, but out of respect for this song, out of respect for you, because I love you, Chris Baglio, I am going to give this a 4.5. I can appreciate it has a big place in music history. It's like you said, the commercials, the sporting events. I mean, it has found its place. Look, I didn't say nestled.
You didn't say nestled, but
I didn't say nestled. I said
nestled in.
It found its place, to your point. And so I'm going to cut 4.5.
Okay. 4.5, very respectable for the world's greatest American rock band.
Okay. 4.5. How did I do, everyone? Did I do okay?
Did she do okay? Mark Roddick checking in. Good morning,
Good
friend.
morning.
How are you, buddy? Great to see you on here. And I see he's watching on YouTube as well. So. Welcome to YouTube, Mark. Yeah, so hey, let us know, guys. What do you think? Is Ramones, yay, nay? Favorite Ramones songs? Want to hear from you. And also, what do you feel like the ratings we've given so far on most of these songs? I know this was like, we're sharing a lot of our favorite songs together. We've done some of these songs before, but I definitely feel like that we've, as time has gone on and all that, we've grown some appreciation of some of these songs. So it's nice to look back at some of these other tunes. And by the way, if you are watching us on YouTube, just a quick reminder, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that way you get notified when we go live, which is every Monday at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also, we are always dropping new video content on here weekly. So you want to make sure you don't miss any of that. And to Dave's point before, we did do last night, we did record some Patreon content that we uploaded on there. So if you want to see some special exclusive Patreon content, then definitely head over there and you could get a membership for as low as $1. $1. $1. So yeah, last night we did a special bonus episodes there, and there's all the other stuff on there too. So go in there, check it out. For $1, you can join our Patreon. All right, our final song of the day is a song I'd never heard before, which apparently is the entire world has heard the song before.
A little bit.
But not me.
But it's still new. So
it's new.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll go easy on ya.
Yeah. So this song is called "Beautiful Things" by Benson Boone.
Benson Boone.
No idea who Benson Boone is. But this was a surprising song for me because I got to be honest with you, when it started, I wasn't sure. Mm-hmm. And so here's my hot take on this song.
Ooh.
Hot take. I don't even think it's that hot of a take. It's just basically this song to me actually sounds very 90s, like alternative rock, whatever, but just sounds very 90s influenced with a mashup of like, I'd say, I don't even know if this is right, but like the vocal stylings that are very now. if that
Okay.
makes any sense. Like, it's like pop vocals mixed with 90s rock.
Okay.
And I think his voice is great. I just wasn't expecting where the song went. I wasn't expecting the crescendos, the highs, the lows, the big, like, loud chord. I was like, wow, this is very, like, 90s, like, where the big formula in the 90s was soft and loud, heavy, like, soft. Like, they would go back. I mean, Nirvana perfected that, that sound. And I'm not saying this sounds like Nirvana, but has that, like, that peaks and valleys, and I was
the
impressed
full experience.
by it. I was very impressed with this song, and it's as of, I was looking on this on Billboard, it actually was number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, and that was around Valentine's Day. So I don't know where it's sitting now in the charts, but wow, good for him, man. He's 21 years old. He's from Washington. And he was on, I didn't know this either because I don't watch this, but he was on American Idol. Do you watch American Idol, don't you?
I've not watched, I used to. I don't watch any of the new seasons except for the TikTok clips that I see.
So he's got nearly 5 million followers on TikTok. Amanda, 5 million followers.
I know.
What are you doing? Come on, you gotta catch up.
I'm trying so hard.
Amanda needs 5.
I do.
You gotta get on American Idol. That's the key.
I tried twice.
Try again. You could do this song. You could do Eternal Flame.
At one point, I aged out, and then they made it older, so I could probably do it again.
I think you should do it.
Maybe I will.
Guys, how many people think Amanda should try out for American Idol again? Let us know in the comments below. But he already was on Billboard again. He had two Billboard Hot 100 hits with In Stars and Ghost Town, songs I'd not heard at all. But this song is definitely interesting to me. It's not, I said, it gives me like the 90s feels. So I don't know if anybody else has heard this song. Well, so Amanda, let me just, before we play it, like, where did this song come on your radar? And this obviously made your list because we're talking about favorite songs. This is like eternity playlist level song.
It is. So I saw this on TikTok for the very first time, and it was this kid in his car seat, and I had never heard the song before, and I like when you play the song, it'll kind of show how, like you said, it goes from he's almost talking to this larger than life like vocals, and this kid that was probably, I don't know, 2 or younger felt this song in its core, and he lip synced this, and it was the cutest thing ever. And I would argue that TikTok of that little boy doing it is what escalated this song to the top. People can argue with me about that, but I am positive that single-handedly got it, and that's what put it on my radar. And when you listen to the lyrics, I think the lyrics more than anything to me just hit really hard.
Yeah.
And I just love it.
Yeah, he was saying in this article with Billboard, he said, it was inspired by a relationship I had just gotten into for the first time in my life. I felt like I was extremely out of control of the way this relationship would turn out. Meaning, like, in the past, I feel like I've always known that I could be the one to end a relationship. This one felt very different. It was the first time I'd really been actually genuinely terrified to lose something. He said he wrote the song when he moved to LA. And he moved up to his grandma's old piano up to his living room. He said, I couldn't sleep at one night and I didn't know what to do. So I came downstairs and started playing piano. And that's when I wrote the melodies for Beautiful Things. The next day I had a session and I took it to the studio.
And boom. The rest is history.
There you go. So let's listen to a little bit of Benson Boone's Beautiful Things. I love the guitar sound in this too, by the way.
For a while there it was rough, but lately I've been doing better.
21.
Then the last 4 cold Decembers I recall, and I see my family every month. I found a girl my parents love. She'll come and stay the night, and I think I might have it all.
Yeah.
And I thank God every day for the girl he sent my way. But I know the things he gives,
not what you would think they would look like.
No, it's not.
And I hold you every night, and that's a feeling I wanna get
Hang in there just a little bit longer, everyone. It's coming. It's coming.
But there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you.
Yeah, this threw me. This was. You want to talk about bait and switch?
Oh, fair.
You got me.
Stay.
I got.
I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Oh.
Great.
Please
Yeah.
don't take.
All right. So great song. Great song. I am digging this song. I've listened to it now a bunch of times. It's good. I definitely was not expecting the big chorus like that. Like I said, I hadn't heard the song before you sent it to me. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
you guys got a great voice. I see where this is going. Like, and I was not prepared for like the minute I heard it. Ding, 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 I'm like,
You knew something good
ooh.
was coming?
Ooh, there's gonna be a change up here, and it paid off. It paid off. So, cool. I like it. I really like the song. No, I don't know what else to say. Like, it kind of blew me away. Like, I was not expecting that in this song, and to me, it really made the song for more of like, I'm gonna say this, more of a generic pop song into something that is a lot more special and unique. And like I said, it reminds me a lot of the '90s. Ask like the soft,
the very beginning.
yeah, the quiet to the heavy and the loud. Like, I think that's great. I like it. I like it a lot. This is gonna be a song I would choose to put on for sure. I've already saved it. Everybody. It's on my playlist now.
Yes.
It's on my playlist. So everybody can calm down. I like it. I like the song. No, I do. I think it's cool. So I'm going to give it a 4.7.
Oh my goodness, that's excellent.
I'm giving it a 4.7. I really dig it. I like the lyrics.
Hoping you would like it.
No, I like it speaks to me. This is the kind of song that I would like to write. And I'm being serious. Like,
Yes.
I wish I had enough talent to write something like this. I do not. But if I had the talent, I would love to write something like this because I love the peaks and the valleys and, cool song. So, well done. Benson Boone.
Benson Boone. And, it shows also the responsibility of your own marketing as an artist. He is killing his TikTok. He is duetting things because kids are really liking this song.
It's a great song.
It's almost like a kid is allowed to yell in this song. And I think they're really leaning in on that. Like, they're not going to get in trouble for feeling it and like releasing that rage almost. And so it's super cute to see all of the items that are getting created on social media around this. It's just such a pleasure to see and watch him grow.
Yeah.
I'll be curious to see what they're doing in 10 years.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody, I'm not saying, I don't know if this is, but it sounds like somebody who like went back and listened to a lot of Nirvana records and was like,
oh, I bet.
You know what? Kurt Cobain had it right, man. Kurt Cobain had that great snarl and yell, but like super melodic and just really did it well. I mean, I know he wasn't the only one, but man, he was one of the best to do it. So if that is the case, kudos to you, Benson Boone, for being inspired by that. But if not, whatever, it still works. It's a great song. So I like it. So 4.7 or 4.7 records for me for Benson Boone's tune, Beautiful Thing. So
I like it.
All right, everybody. Well, great show, Amanda. We did not skewer each other. I wasn't sure what was going to happen today. I thought for sure we might, be trading some barbs, but we didn't. I think we did good. I agree. We are both growing in our musical palates.
We've grown a lot. Like, it's, you guys, everyone go look at our season 1 and watch it and listen. It is painful compared to what it is today. Yet we were very good at what we did then. It's just our ratings and our thoughts were so different. More open-minded.
Absolutely, 100%. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. Hey, there's one thing left to do.
One last thing.
And that is to pick next week's theme. So, Amanda Sharp, that girl, what time is it?
It is time to spin that Wheel of Show theme.
All right, everybody. It is that time to spin the wheel of show themes. All right. I have shuffled it. Shuffle it again. Sound. Shuffled it twice.
Ooh, double shuffle.
Double shuffle.
It's like a dance move or something.
I know. I don't know. So what will next week's show theme be? Well, let's find out.
Big money.
No whammies.
No whammies. Big money. What do we got? I can never see it that little.
Oh.
Ooh, crossover.
Songs that have a dance.
Oh.
Wow. Songs that have a dance.
Dance.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to really.
This is going to be challenging.
Yeah, and I can't dance for anything, by the way, everybody. So
like the Boot and Scoot, just so I'm clear, like the Boot and Scoot and Boogie. Like that's a country song, right? That would be considered
songs
a song
that have a dance. Right. So
it doesn't have to be in the name. Oh, okay.
No, it doesn't have to be in the name. I just think it's songs that maybe have a dance assigned or dance that people are associated with that song.
I think this
or dance move or whatever, you know.
All right. This could be our deepest dive we have to do so far.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a deep dive. So listen, everybody, we're going to need your help. Let us know the suggestions. Drop them in here in the comments. We'll put it in the Facebook group for Patreon folks as well. Like, put it in there. Put it in there.
I'm pumped for this one. It's going to be hard, but yeah. I'm pumped.
Very pumped. Very pumped. All right, so here we go. Songs that have a dance. That is next week's show theme. So, all right, everyone. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. I want to thank our Patreon supporters, Dave Mattingly and Back of the Cereal Box podcast.
Indeed.
Johnny in the Back of the Cereal Box crew. Thank you so much for Patreon support. You guys are great. If anybody wants to join our Patreon, once again, you can join for $1, as low as $1, and get access to all kinds of content and other perks. Just use the link below or a QR code on the screen here, and you can get in there. I want to thank everybody for checking in today. Mark Ronick, Lit Central Owen, Alex. You guys are great. Ian, of course, from Australia. If anybody else who was watching live got the chance to hang out with us today, we appreciate you. Thanks for spending your time with us, and we hope to see you guys next Monday for another live version of Song Swap Showdown, where we'll be talking about songs that have a dance. Have a dance.
Something neither one of us can really do.
No, not at all.
Well.
You can dance better than me.
I wiggle.
Yeah.
Shoulder bop.
Shoulder bop. So, all right, everybody. We will see you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell so that way you get notified every time we drop new episodes. And we'll see you on Monday. Later.
Bye, everyone.